Is my screen is visible, all of you? Hello. Hello.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir.
Today we will discuss about curriculum and syllabus. What is the curriculum? What is the syllabus? What are the backgrounds of this curriculum? What is the importance of knowing this curriculum? So regarding this point, today we will discuss. So in NTT syllabus, as such, no points are mentioned in as a curriculum and syllabus. Points are not mentioned in NTT syllabus, but it is highly related with higher education and national education policy concepts. So without knowing this concept, we can't understand that concepts in the higher education. So this understanding this curriculum and syllabus point in detail also helps in the practice in the teaching to understand our curriculum syllabus. So today's session is more practical oriented rather than the exam oriented. So anyone tell what is curriculum and syllabus? Is both are same or both are different curriculum and syllabus? Anyone can try. Curriculum and syllabus both are same or both are different? Right or wrong, you may try because all of are new for these concepts. So I don't expect everyone to right answer. So you can try whatever may be, what you understand, what is curriculum, whether both are same, different, or whether both are depend on one another or both are part of each other.
It is a difference.
Different. Curriculum and syllabus are different.
Different.
So before going to curriculum, so what is national curriculum framework? This is the one of the paper cut. So I have taken what is the national curriculum framework. It provides the framework for creation of school syllabi and writing of textbook and gives the guidelines and teaching practices. So in 1975 past guidelines क्या है curriculum framework का history में. So general sciences as a compulsory subject, activity based integrated science recommended up to class 10. Then 1988 में science curriculum should be learner centered, develop well defined abilities in cognitive, affective and psychomotor domain. Then 2000 में teaching of science and tech in upper primary and secondary, part of environment study in primary recommended. Focus on learning without burden, reduction in syllabus, including age-appropriate concepts. So what are these things? These things are reflecting that the curriculum framework is changing from time to time as per need. So what is framework? So what is the framework? So before that, some historical points we have to see that till 1976, state governments are used to take decision on the matters related to education and this curriculum. So curriculum regarding policies and any decision will be taken by the state governments. But after the National Council for Education Research and Training developed the National Curriculum Framework in 1975. This is a council, NCRT. It is a council. It has established and it is started the developing the National Curriculum Framework. In 1976, the constitution was amended to include the education in the concurrent list. So initially, the education is goes in the state law. It only governs by the state governments. But In 1976, education was put in the concurrent list. Concurrent list means the matter, subject, whatever listed in the concurrent list of this uh, 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 what we call concurrent list of these functions of both central and state. Both have same responsibility for the education purpose. That is the concurrent list means. So union list means the only central government is responsible for that matter. But concurrent list, the education, this national curriculum framework has been put up in the constitution in a concurrent list. So now from this onwards, the education or curriculum is uh, uh, both central and state government are responsible for this curriculum and education. 1986, National Policy on Education is envisioned the national curriculum framework that aimed at modernizing the education and focused on India's geographical and cultural diversity while setting a core values and standards. NEP focused on a relevant, flexible, learner-centered curriculum. NCF, that is National Curriculum Framework, was subsequently revised in the years 1988, 2000, 2005. In September 2021, the Union Ministry of Education constituted a 12-member national steering committee to develop new national curriculum framework in line with national education policy. So this is the brief history of this national education before coming the national education policy. Time to time, the curriculum framework is given by the government. So in recently, now we are in the national education policy 2020. So in this, the curriculum framework are given. So what is curriculum framework? So framework means it is a okay, uh, uh, to give the structure of this curriculum, or it is a what like a skeleton. The framework is like a skeleton. So the different committees, different time they are giving the frameworks. Based on that framework only the curriculum is developed. So the curriculum framework is a plan that interprets the educational aims with regard to both individual and society. The framework should be prepared in the such a manner that it will helpful for both individual and both the and society also. So the framework is a plan that interprets educational aims to with regard to both individual and societies. Framework curriculum का framework ऐसे बना रहे, so it will help the education aims in both individual level and it will also help to the society. So this plan leads to the understand of the kinds of learning experience that an educational institute must provide to children. So framework में क्या बताते? So whatever the experience, learning, understanding should be given by the institute to the child or students. Institute से childrens को और learners को क्या क्या देना चाहिए? Whichever concept or learning experience, education must provide to children. These all are mentioned in the curriculum framework. So curriculum is a perhaps best thought of as a sum total of all deliberately planned set of activities which facilitate learning and are designed to implement specific educational aims. So overall, क्या है framework? Framework means it is a certain rules and boundaries like. So based on this skeleton only the curriculum is developed. So this framework is developed with the aim of both it will benefit for the individual and society, and it will guide the educational institute must whatever things educational institute should provide the education to the children's or student. That is the curriculum framework. From this framework we will do the curriculum. We will create the curriculum based on this framework only. So it is a plan to explain what concepts are to be transacted, what knowledge, skills, attitudes are to be deliberately developed among learners. So curriculum is nothing but it is a plan explain that concept. Which are the concept can we should transact, which knowledge we should give, which are the skills and attributes the learner should develop. So these are the this is a plan, that is the curriculum. It includes statements of criteria for selection of content and choice of methods of transaction of content as well as evaluation. Why these particular chapters or contents are included in the that particular curriculum. So selection criteria, selection as well as evaluation content, why, how to evaluate that content. So everything is explained in the curriculum. So curriculum is a broader one, broader aspect. We call it as a curriculum. So overall, whatever things the educational institute should provide the child or students, that is the curriculum. The curriculum contains the everything about the educational planning. So it is concerned with the following factors. Curriculum is depend on the following factors because every stage the curriculum is different. Preschool going children's curriculum is different. Primary school curriculum is different. High school curriculum is different. PUC curriculum is different. Higher education curriculum is different. So the general objectives of education at a particular stage or class, and subject-wise learning objectives and content, course of studies and time allocation, teaching learning experiences, teaching learning instructional facilities, materials, evaluation of learning and feedback to learners. So it can be concluded that curriculum, core and syllabus put together form curriculum. So curriculum में क्या क्या बताते हैं? What are the objectives of that education, particular that education, that program? The curriculum has the objectives of that particular program or that particular stage of education. Then subject-wise learning objectives and contents. In that program, what are the subjects and what are the object of that subjects? Why that mathematics is they have given, why biology has they kept. So it also contains the objectives of the that particular subject. Then course of studies and time allocation. So how many years, how many months the course will happen, and how much time is allocated for that particular stage or that particular curriculum. And teaching learning experience, what are the methods, what are the strategies used for to in teaching learning experience also mentioned in the curriculums. Teaching learning instructional facilities, materials, what are the facilities, materials needed for that particular programs, and how to evaluate that learning and feedback to learners. So everything is mentioned in the curriculum. Syllabus is just one part of the curriculum. So syllabus is, it is a document that gives detail of content of the subject to the transacted and the skills, knowledge, attitude which are to be deliberated, fostered together with the state specific objectives. I will show the examples, then you will understand what is the curriculum and subject. Just for time, you listen what I am telling. Syllabus is a descriptive list of subject to be covered and summary of their contents. क्या क्या पढ़ाई करना है, कौन सा टॉपिक कितना लेवल पे पढ़ाना है, दैट इज द सिलेबस इज ए डिस्क्रिप्टिव लिस्ट ऑफ सब्जेक्ट्स टू बी कवर्ड and a summary of their contents. It describes and summarizes what should be taught to the students. It may have details such as schedule, assessment, assignments, projects. Thus it may highlight the schedule of assignment, projects and exams. Syllabus क्या है? Syllabus is a one document. It contains the what are the contents we will cover under that subject. It summarizes the exam schedule, how we will do the when we will take assessments, assignments, and the what are the projects the students should done under that subject. This is the syllabus. So syllabus is a part of curriculum. Both have little bit some of the difference we will see next. So main difference between the syllabus and curriculum. Curriculum and syllabus, how they are different? Curriculum is a overall content taught in an educational course, whereas the syllabus is described as the summary of the topics covered to be taught in that particular subject. Overall educational course ka content, how the course will conduct, how the overall course will run, the total planning we called as a curriculum. But what is syllabus? Syllabus is nothing but the particular subject, which are the topics covered, which are the topics should be taught in a particular subject. That is the syllabus. So syllabus is a only the summary of topics covered to be taught in the particular subject. ये subject में क्या आपको topics cover करना है, that one we call as a syllabus. The curriculum has a wider scope than the syllabus. Curriculum has wider scope because it is big, it gives the all the instructions. The curriculum is a prescriptive, whereas syllabus is a descriptive in nature. Prescriptive means the curriculum tells what should be done, what should not be done whole year, the whole curriculum, how the curriculum will go whole year. Throughout the completion of course, the curriculum will be there. That is prescriptive in nature, whereas syllabus is descriptive in nature. Descriptive means in particular this subject, this point should be covered. That is descriptive in nature. The syllabus is accessible to the learners at the beginning of course in second year tertiary education. They can use it as a guide for their studies. On other hand, curriculum is not made available to the learners unless they specifically ask for it. So here we want to clear some points that usually students will get the syllabus copy. What is the syllabus? So each subject we will collect the syllabus. So in the beginning of course, we will the students will given in the syllabus. This is the syllabus of this course. So syllabus only contains the topic subject wise descriptive nature. It does not contains the whole curriculum activity, the whole course outcome. What is the whole course outcome? It should not be mentioned. But if curriculum asked by the student, specifically if any student asked for the curriculum, then we can also provide the curriculum. Usually the curriculum is there with teachers and the educational institute. That is the concept of curriculum and syllabus. Syllabus is a set for particular subject, whereas curriculum covers a particular course of a study or a program. Syllabus is mostly prepared by teachers. Conversely, a curriculum is decided by the government or school or college administration. Curriculum is prepared by the educational specialist, government, and the administration level. Curriculum will, but subject syllabus is prepared by subject expert teachers. That is the concerned top subject teachers will prepare the syllabus, but curriculum is decided by the government or that particular institution or administration. The duration of syllabus is for a year only, but the curriculum lasts till the completion of the course. Syllabus is for a year only. For example, in first year, the anatomy syllabus, it completes in that year only, but curriculum of BAMS course, it will there in the till we have to complete the BAMS course. Up to complete the BAMS course, the curriculum is same. It lasts till the completion of that course, but syllabus is that particular duration. First year syllabus, anatomy में क्या है, physiology में क्या है, पदार्थ विज्ञान में क्या है, that is the syllabus. The curriculum is the until the BMS, the students become graduate, complete the BMS course. Overall, the rules and regulation, what are the things we have to done in this course, it is called as a curriculum. So while preparing curriculum, constructing the curriculum for specific programs or specific courses, some of the principles they will kept in mind and they will frame the curriculum. Curriculum ऐसे बनाया जाता है, certain based on certain principles they will frame the curriculum. ऐसे randomly कुछ भी curriculum में नहीं डाल सकते. Keeping on certain points, certain principles, the educationist or education specialist or government's administration level, they prepare the curriculum. So what some of the principles, what are the principles while the framing this curriculum, we will discuss now. First one is conservative principle. एनी करिकुलम बनाने में हम फर्स्ट प्रिंसिपल ध्यान में रखना है, कंजर्वेटिव प्रिंसिपल. व्हाट इज कंजर्वेटिव प्रिंसिपल? इट हैज बीन स्टेटेड दैट nations live in the present, in the past, and for the future. This means that present, the past, future needs of community should be taken into consider. While framing any curriculum, any course curriculum, you have keep in the mind that past, present, future. So keeping this scenario in mind, future needs, past, present, everything keep in mind, and you should frame the curriculum. The past is great guide for the present, and present will help for the future. So that is the concept. So that's why the school curriculum should preserve and transmit the traditions, knowledge, experience and way of life to present generation. स्कूल में हम जाए तो स्कूल का एक एनवायरमेंट, रूल्स रेगुलेशन रहते हैं, ड्रेस कोड रहते हैं, प्रेयर्स करते हैं हम स्कूल्स में जाने के बाद. So what are the behaviors, what are the do's and don'ts? So everything should be there in that curriculum, but curriculum is framed such a like that it should transmit our traditions, our knowledge, our experience and way of life to the present generation. Present generation को हमारा previous knowledge tradition को भी continue करना है. So that is the conservative. You should conserve our tradition, knowledge, experience. So keeping on this principle in mind, the curriculum will frame. So this is the further explanation of that conservative principle. I have simply explained you what is the conservative principle. Simply you have to understand this conservative principle means what. This is the conservation of our tradition, knowledge, experience. So in detail, it is not necessary to add all the principles and all the content. Just you have to know that what are the principles behind the framing a curriculum. These principles covers broader aspect, school level हो, secondary level हो और tertiary education हो. So overall education का mind में रख के these principles, or we are discussing all these principles based on the every type of school education, higher education, everything. So these principles not only for specifically for school or higher. So these are the general principles. The second one is forward looking principle. So this is also this principle also telling that we always kept the vision. Children of today are the future citizens of the tomorrow. With this principle, we have to frame the curriculum, because today's children's only next younger generation. So what are the things, what are the needs are there required for that child in the future also. So keeping that in mind, the curriculum should be framed. Today's students are tomorrow's doctors. So keeping in this thing in mind, so we should prepare the curriculum, because today the students will admit in the BMS course, but they are students now. But after 5.5 years, they will become doctors. If you keep this principle in our mind, based on this principle, you have to frame the curriculum. The curriculum will be decided based on this principle also. Then creative principle, simply I will summarize this concept. Creative principle. So whatever the curriculum we have to prepare or we want to give, so it should have some creative principle. The learner or student should exercise some his creativity and constructive powers. So in this curriculum, the activity should be included which enable the child to exercise his creative and constructive powers. क्रिएटिविटी बाहर आने के लिए बच्चों का क्रिएटिविटी बाहर आने जैसे करिकुलम को प्रिपेयर करना है. दैट इज द क्रिएटिव प्रिंसिपल. सो रेस्ट ऑफ द थिंग्स यू कैन रीड. दिस इज ब्रॉडर एक्सप्लेनेशन, बट व्हाट इज द important is you should know what is this principle. That is enough. Then activity principle. The curriculum should taught in terms of activity and experience rather than the knowledge should be acquired facts to be stored. सिंपली नॉलेज देना है, दैट फैक्ट्स को रिमेंबर करना है, स्टोर करना है, उतना ही नहीं है. सो दैट कम टू द एक्टिविटी. द नॉलेज शुड कम टू द एक्टिविटी. देन एक्सपीरियंस. दैट इज द पर्पस ऑफ दिस प्रिंसिपल. कुछ भी करिकुलम बना रहे, सो दिस प्रिंसिपल, एक्टिविटी प्रिंसिपल, कुछ भी हम करिकुलम में डाल रहे, सो इट शुड बी इन प्रैक्टिस और एक्टिविटी में आना चाहिए. दैट इज द एक्टिविटी प्रिंसिपल ऑफ एक्टिविटी प्रिंसिपल. So you can simply read this all example explanation. You will understand. The main thing is activity should be there in the curriculum. In principle of preparation of life. So curriculum not only in the view of completing the course, it should also include the preparation for life, because today's they are students, tomorrow they are becoming the responsible persons of their family or society. So the preparation for life, what are the difficulties comes in the life, so what are the situation, what are the things, whatever things comes in the life, he should prepare for his life also. So leading the life, the what are the difficulties, how to tackle them. So this thing will be there in the curriculum. So this is the most important principle in the construction of the curriculum. In the previous question, we have seen that education must equip an individual for life. Hence, curriculum must include those activities which able to child to take his part effectively in the activities of community when they becomes adult. आज का बच्चों को हमने आगे आने वाला डिफिकल्टीज के बारे में कैसे सॉल्व करना है उसके लिए प्रिपेयर करना है. दैट इज द प्रिपरेशन फॉर लाइफ. सिंपली इट कन्वेज द मीनिंग दैट वी फॉर एग्जांपल बीएमएस स्टूडेंट्स को हमने प्रिपरेशन फॉर प्रैक्टिस, अगर डॉक्टर होने के बाद कैसे रहना है उसका प्रिपरेशन ध्यान में रख के आजकल का स्टूडेंट्स टुमारो डॉक्टर्स. सो उन keeping in this mind only, what are the difficulty when he graduate from BMS, what are the problems in practicing, what is the problems in going academic, what are the pros and cons. So the problems को face करने के जैसे हमको लाइफ को करिकुलम बनाना है. अदरवाइज if a student is ranker but he is not able to combat the real life scenario after becoming graduate, he is not self confident to become practice or do anything. So that is preparation for life is also important. So this is also important principle behind the curriculum framing. Then child center curriculum in school or education, this point they will kept minds. So child center curriculum, child को center में रख के curriculum को prepare करना है. That is the concept. अगर हमने higher education में curriculum बना रहे तो the adult लर्नर को सेंटर में रख के करिकुलम बना रहे. दैट इज द सिंपल मीनिंग ऑफ दिस. देन प्रिंसिपल ऑफ मैच्योरिटी. प्रिंसिपल ऑफ मैच्योरिटी मींस अलग अलग स्टेज में फिजिकल एंड मेंटल डेवलपमेंट होते रहते हैं बच्चों में, स्टूडेंट्स में. सो करिकुलम शुड बी अडॉप्टेड टू द ग्रेड ऑफ पीपल्स एंड देयर स्टेज ऑफ मेंटल एंड फिजिकल डेवलपमेंट. इन अर्ली चाइल्डहुड वंडर एंड रोमांस predominate. So just go on this text, but I will simply explain what is the principle of maturity. Our physical and mental changes will happen by stage. हमने स्कूल में कैसे हमारा फिजिकल मेंटल स्टेटस रहते हैं उसके अकॉर्डिंग करिकुलम रखना है. हाई स्कूल में वी हैव डेवलप दी आवर फिजिकल मेंटल चेंजेस विल चेंजेस, द प्यूबर्टी विल बी happen the high school level, or then keeping that in mind, maturity of the mental maturity and physical maturity, keeping on that context also the curriculum should be developed. What are the things kept in the curriculum? They have based on this maturity, because in high school, from high school onwards in curriculum, the menstrual hygiene, sexual awareness. So these type of things will be there in the curriculum of high school, from high school level onwards. If in the primary school, if you kept the menstrual hygiene, everything, so that is not relevant to that particular stage. So keeping on maturity of the physical and mental development, the curriculum should be prepared. That is the concept. Then principle of individual difference, we already learned this in the teaching also. Keeping the individual difference, every child, every student is different, so we should recognize the individual difference and we have to teach the students like that. Keeping in the individual difference in mind, different taste, temperament, skill, experiment, attitude, so these difference in sex, so keeping all these things in the mind, individual difference, the curriculum should be prepared. So different, someone will like the poem, someone will like the history, so everything should be there. So different taste, temperament, skills are there, so only it is not confined for only one thing. So individuals are there, someone is have interest in this particular concept, so like that different individualities you have to keep in mind, and the curriculum should be adopted. It is suitable for the individual differences also, it should not be rigid. So only one thing को ज्यादा highlight करना, एक ही thing को focus करना, that should not be there. Keeping in individual difference, the curriculum should be a frame. Now vertical and horizontal articulation. So what is a vertical and horizontal articulation? So simple meaning of this is, if हमने हाई स्कूल में क्या पढ़ाई करते हैं उसका हेल्प हमको पीयूसी में भी होता है. द व्हाट आर द कॉन्सेप्ट वी विल स्टडी इन द फिजिक्स, chemistry, biology in the high school level, it will help for the PUC also. The same concept will continue. So in PUC, if you start matter, force, then the little knowledge is there in the high school level. So the study, whatever I studied in the 10th, it is helpful for the first PUC. Whatever the first PUC I have studied, it will helping the second PUC. So whatever the concept I have studied in the first BMS, that is helping the second BMS subject. So if that type of curriculum is there, that is called vertical articulation. That should be there in while framing the curriculum. What is the horizontal articulation means? If I am studying the Charaka Samhita, it is also helpful for the same year. Second year हमने Charaka Samhita पढ़ रहे, so it is useful for the Swastarutta, it is useful for the Rog Nidana. In the same year, the one subject, one concept is helping the other subject. In the first year, if you studied the Ashtanga Hridaya, Purvarda also is there in first year. If you study the Charaka Samhita, it is also helping the Padartha Vijnana, Kriya. So like that, the use of that knowledge in that year only horizontally, that is the horizontal. If first BMS concepts are helping second BMS, then it is vertical articulation. If the same year the subjects or concepts, if they are interlinked, they are helping for my study, then it is called horizontal articulation. समझ में आ रहा है आपको ये concept, vertical and horizontal articulation? Hello?
Yes, sir.
So vertical means today's subject what I learn, it will help for the my PG में क्या पढ़ाई करते, it will, if it helps in the PhD, then it is vertical. मैंने PG में research methodology पढ़ाई किया था, it help me to crack the PhD entrance, then it is vertical articulation. अगर मैंने PhD के लिए और NTET के लिए मैंने प्रिपेयर कर रहा है, if it helps, this knowledge helps me to crack the KPSC or any other government exams, then it is horizontal articulation. आपने NTET के लिए स्टडी किया था, अगर गवर्नमेंट में कुछ कॉन्फर्म हुआ, वो एग्जाम के लिए भी आपको ये नॉलेज हेल्पफुल हो रहा है, और एनी अदर कोर्स को एंटर होने के लिए, हायर कोर्स परस्यू करने के लिए आपको हेल्प हो रहा है, देन दैट इज कॉल्ड द हॉरिजॉन्टल आर्टिकुलेशन. Then principle of linking with life. So in teaching also we learn that the everything maximum things should be linked with life, then only the students will understand. So like that, the community needs and character should be kept in view while framing the curriculum. Linking with life, without, so what is the purpose of education or curriculum? अगर हमने life के साथ link नहीं कर रहे the curriculum, simply it is a documented one, not really linking with real life, then it is not useful. So the community needs and characteristics should be kept in view while framing the curriculum. Principle of comprehensive and balance. Comprehensive means the curriculum should frame in such a way that the psychological aspect, economical relationship, occupation, spiritual life, so everything what we call physical, mental, emotional, spiritual dimension, like that. So everything should be keep in mind, frame in a curriculum should be framed in a such a way that it is a comprehensive, and it should balance the each and every aspect of the life. That is the comprehensive and balance, principle of comprehensive and balance. Then principle of loyalties. So what is this mean of principle of loyalty? The curriculum should be planned in a such a manner that it teaches a true sense of loyalty to the family, the school, the community, the town, province. So इसका मतलब क्या है? Loyalties, the moral values बताते हैं ना. So like that, it should be kept in the mind what is needed. True sense of loyalty, what is that? That type of principles we have to keep in mind, and we have to prepare the curriculum from primary. Also primary school we are learning that India is a country with a lot of diversity. Also we have unity. India is like that country. So loyalty, that particular term, you can take it as a sincere or everything, whatever maybe, it is a positive manner. That should be the child should understand the unity in the diversity. That is the loyalty, the respecting all the religions, all the cultures, whatever the methods, different, that all things should be uh, there in the curriculum to respect each views. So everything should be there. That is the principle of loyalty. Then flexibility. Flexibility means uh, sometimes the curriculum also needs the flexibility in certain situation, not all the situation. For example, the higher level of mathematics or any complex subject is there. The curriculum is for village school and urban school will be same, but sometimes for example in state syllabus and central syllabus, when we are studying in PUC, the state syllabus and central syllabus are little bit different, the curriculum is little bit different. We are also studying the biology, the CBSE people are also studying the biology, but the curriculum and syllabus is somewhat different based on keeping, we are students come from the state board. Up to 10 we have studied the state syllabus. After PUC, when we are entering PUC also we continued with this state one. So some people, they up to 10 they will study in the CBSE school or CBSE syllabus or curriculum. Then when they enter the second PUC also, there is also provision of CBSE syllabus is there. So like that, the subject sometimes flexibility should be there depending upon the situation. That is the concept of flexibility. But now today everything they have made the central syllabus only, as I know. Exactly what are the things now going on, I exactly don't know, but as per my knowledge, today the state and central syllabus both are equivalent in the this pre-university education. So like that, some flexibility should be there regarding considering the some situation like village, urban school, like that. That is the concept of flexibility. Principle of core or common subject. So whatever may be the subject, the some core subject should be there. Language, for example, language, mother tongue or regional language subject is the core subject. So every state have its own language. So whatever may be the CBSE or state syllabus, whatever may be the regional language is the core language for that particular. They have, there are certain subjects are the common for all, whatever may be whether state or central or rural or village level. So some core common subject should be there for particular stage. That is the a principle of core or common subject, whether BAMS, BHMS or MBBS or nursing, whatever. Some the three major medical field have the certain core common subject like anatomy, physiology. So these are the core common subject. We study in the anatomy in the BAMS, MBBS, BHMS. So some subjects are common, core subject should be there. That is the concept of principle of core or common subject. Then principle of leisure means curriculum should also focus on child should have some leisure time, free time होना चाहिए बच्चों को. According to that, this Herbert Spencer, literature, music, art should occupy the leisure part of the life. हमें स्कूल में कब पढ़ाई करते रहते तब फिजिक्स साइंस का बीच में क्लास का बीच में आर्ट का एक क्लास होता था, म्यूजिक का एक क्लास होता था, ड्राइंग का एक क्लास होता था. सो the time should be given to the child in between the regular curriculum. So the mind may the mind of the student may relax, and it may increases the capacity to further learning. That is the concept of leisure, principle of leisure. Then principle of all round development of body, mind and spirit. So इसको तो हमने ध्यान में रखना है. बॉडी माइंड स्पिरिट ओवरऑल इंप्रूवमेंट होने जैसे हमको करिकुलम बनाना है. Then principle of democracy, secularism and socialism. So democracy, we are in the democracy, secular principles, socialist state, everything considering, because not a single curriculum should highlight the any particular religion, particular thoughts, particular political ideas. So that is the concept, principle of democracy. So while this thing is disturbed, the whole thing is different. currently यही चल रहा है ना हमारा देश में. So certain people will tell that related to religious, they will add, they will remove. So like that, these things are politically they are using in the education also. The actually the ideally the curriculum or education should be imbibe the ideas and values of the democratic and secular and social state. So every religion को हमको रेस्पेक्ट देना है. एवरी थॉट ऑफ स्कूल्स आर डिफरेंट ओपिनियंस को हमको एक्सेप्ट मतलब वी हैव टू manage such things. That is the concept of principle of democracy and secularism and socialism. Then principle of character building. So every curriculum or education का goal क्या है curriculum बनाने में? So character building होना चाहिए. After the character is also important. Education without character, it is not useful. Like that, number of courses are there. So if character is not there, whatever may be your degree, it is not values. Like that, character building is also one of the principle while we are preparing the curriculum. If after the completing BAMS, the students will become doctors, but their character is not good, that the characters are not acceptable by the society, then it is not a useful one. So the curriculum should be prepared in the keeping the mind in the character building. Then principle of dignity of labor. What is this means? So whatever may we will do the work, the उसका dignity होना चाहिए, उसका value पता होना चाहिए. If you do some work, curriculum should be make provision for social useful productive work. Then this labor means the work, physical work what we do, उसका dignity होना चाहिए. The student should provide an opportunity to learn from the use of their hand. So social में कुछ productive work देना है, ये वो श्रमाधन बोलते हैं ना, उसका एक importance dignity होना चाहिए, पता होना चाहिए चिल्ड्रंस को. सो एनएसएस में हम करते हैं वो सारे चीजें करते हैं ना. सो प्रोडक्ट यूजफुल, समथिंग यूजफुल प्रोडक्टिव वर्क्स, दे विल क्लीन द रोड. So like that, so the dignity should be there. Even the cleaning person is also having the some dignity. So like that, the principle of dignity of labor. So these are the principles while preparing the curriculum. These principles will kept in mind and they will prepare the curriculum. So any doubt, you don't add these things, don't worry about much in detail. Simply you have to know that what is the meaning of this principle, what are the things they kept in the mind while preparing the curriculum. Because based on this, we are next I will show you how curriculum is framed in relation with our BMS curriculum. That's why these things are needed. Even these concept will also help you understanding the higher education. Another syllabus topic is there, that is higher education. So while national education policy, that time this concept will help you understand that things. That is the why I am teaching today these things, even though these are directly not asked in the exam, but these are the things background for the higher education and national education policy. So all of you clear what are the principles? Just you go through the text what I am written, then you will understand when you free. So all of you सबको समझ में आ गया what are the principle, उसका main importance क्या है as a summary? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Don't worry, don't buy it, don't think too much also. Just these are the things. The curriculum बनाने वाले these principle based based on this principle only the curriculum is prepared. That is the concept. Then syllabus vs curriculum. Syllabus और curriculum का बीच में क्या difference है? That now we will come with this point. Curriculum and syllabus. What is the difference? Meaning क्या है curriculum का? A set of guidelines of the different academic contents and chapters that are covered during a program offered by a particular educational institution. So that is the curriculum. Set of guidelines. So BAMS कितना साल का रहते हैं, कितना साल पढ़ाई करना रहते हैं, internship कितना रहते हैं, what are the guidelines and what are the subject, whatever things covered during BAMS program that offered by this Ayurveda colleges or particular universities or educational institutes. That is the curriculum. So what is the syllabus? A document that has all the information about different topics or concepts that need to be covered for a particular subject. So syllabus is nothing but a document that topics and concept what are covered per particular subject. Anatomy क्या पढ़ाई करना है, physiology में क्या पढ़ाई करना है, पदार्थ विज्ञान में क्या करना है, that is the syllabus. Then nature already I have explained. Prescriptive means it will tells you have to do like this, but descriptive means syllabus is descriptive means it is mentioned that three doshas. This in syllabus point they have mentioned dinacharya में क्या क्या करना है, some points only they will use. That is the descriptive. Prescriptive means it will explains how in the prescribed manner you have to do this. Descriptive means this is giving the topic, what are the syllabus points, descriptive in nature. So you may understand this by while you read the curriculum and syllabus in next slides. Then structure for complete course. Curriculum is for complete course, BAMS course, but syllabus is for each subject under the course. Determined by curriculum administration of college, institution or government से determine होता है. हमारा आयुर्वेदिक का curriculum NCISM as deciding the curriculum of the BAMS Ayurveda education. MBBS का curriculum National Medical Council NMC is the authority for curriculum determined by the medical. Like that, authorities are there that they will the curriculum will be determined by the that authoritative councils. Then syllabus is determined by exam board. Exam में क्या पूछने वाला है हम, that is syllabus is determined by the exam board. Scope curriculum का wide है, syllabus का narrow है. Uniformity uniform for all teachers. Syllabus में different from one teacher to another teacher. For BAMS college में हमने अगर teaching में है, so the curriculum should be same for uniform for all teachers. हर एक टीचर को curriculum same है BAMS का, लेकिन सिलेबस अलग अलग है. एनाटॉमी का टीचर को अलग सिलेबस है, स्वस्थ रोगता का अलग है. So like that syllabus is different from one teacher to another, but curriculum is uniform for all the teachers for that particular course or program. Time duration until the course lasts. The curriculum lasts for up to the completion of that course or program, but syllabus is fixed for particular term or particular year. In engineering में क्या होता है, term wise होते हैं, 6 months के लिए syllabus रहते हैं. After the 6 months they will change like that. It may be term level or year level, it will be changed for the that particular year only. So these are the curriculum and syllabus का difference. All of you understood what is the curriculum and syllabus? अभी आपको थोड़ा idea आ गया what is curriculum and syllabus? Hello?
Yes, sir.
So when I will show the real curriculum and syllabus, you will get the clarification. हमको ये curriculum and syllabus का बीच में थोड़ा confusion इसलिए होता है. हमको we are using this curriculum and syllabus words or these terms interchangeably. हमने ज्यादा syllabus ही सुना है, syllabus. Curriculum कभी कभी एक आध बार सुना है, लेकिन we don't tried what is the curriculum. इसलिए हमको क्या लगता है curriculum and syllabus both are same. Of course syllabus is a part of curriculum only. Curriculum का part ही है syllabus. It is not separate, but curricular is the wider one. Syllabus is a part of curriculum. That's why दोनों हमको सेम लगता है. अगर करिकुलम देख रहे थे हुए में उसका अंदर का सिर्फ सब्जेक्ट रिलेटेड टॉपिक्स देखते हैं हम. सो दैट इज द सिलेबस इज ए पार्ट ऑफ करिकुलम. So what is subject centered curriculum? Just I will tell and I will show example, then you will understand. It is in the terms of subject centered का समझ में the heading itself is telling that this curriculum only focuses on the subject. It revolves around the subject. Which subject के लिए curriculum बना रहे, that is called as curriculum. Subject centered curriculum. It stresses on the teaching of facts, imparting the information. It normally isolated from, मतलब moral values real life का कुछ लेना देना नहीं है. Subject का क्या curriculum चाहिए उतना ही बताते हैं. That is subject centered curriculum. then there is a little correlation between the subject curriculum. One subject curriculum से another subject curriculum में ज़्यादा correlation नहीं कर सकते, थोड़ा थोड़ा है, if possible very less correlation is there. It is very rigid and uniform. Uniform रहता है, very rigid रहता है subject center curriculum. Just you listen what are these things, then next slides you will understand. So what is this subject center curriculum? Then experience center curriculum. ये एक्सपीरियंस सेंटर करिकुलम में क्या होता है? द सेंटर दिस आर लर्नर सेंटर वन, बेस्ड ऑन द एक्सपीरियंस द इंडिविजुअल लर्नर मेक their own curriculum. Usually this type of curriculum happens in the arts, singing, dancing. There is a no fixed rigid curriculum. They always connect their curriculum with aspects of life. So if singing लिया आपने, the feelings, emotions, whatever their the life aspect है, वो सारे चीजें singing में आता है. So whatever we called bhakti songs, bhava, so emotional songs, so whatever things there are, whatever the aspects of life, they can connect it with singing. So like that, even dancing, even art. So these type of curriculum have experience centered curriculum. That is the example. There is a lot of correlation between the subject, then it is very flexible and caters to individual difference. So अलग अलग students or learner को अलग अलग हो सकता है. This is the एक्सपीरियंस सेंटर करिकुलम में. ज्यादातर सिंगिंग एजुकेशन में सिंगिंग भी रहते हैं ना, हिंदुस्तानी, कर्नाटक. सो लाइक दैट करिकुलम में दे हैव विद्वान, ऐसे डिफरेंट कोर्सेस है. इफ यू ओपन दी बनारस हिंदू यूनिवर्सिटीज, बहुत सारे ऐसे कोर्सेस मिलता है. दैट करिकुलम और वेरी फ्लेक्सिबल एंड caters into individual differences. So that is the experience centered curriculum, but we are concerned with the subject centered curriculum. So up to this, all of you understood what is this subject centered and experience centered? Hello? Now tell me, first I will show the framework for school education, and you will understand. So see, this is for school education, National Curriculum Framework for School Education. This is designed by NCERT. स्कूल एजुकेशन के लिए करिकुलम फ्रेमवर्क दिया है. करिकुलम में क्या क्या होना चाहिए. सो एवरीथिंग विल बी देयर इन दिस फ्रेमवर्क और करिकुलम. सो नेशनल करिकुलम फ्रेमवर्क फॉर स्कूल एजुकेशन, नेशनल स्टीयरिंग कमिटी फॉर नेशनल करिकुलम फ्रेमवर्क्स. So I will share these documents. If you interest, you can see all these things. So the national education policy, the national education policy, the national education policy is a transformative initiative to user to India prepare itself to meet the challenges demand for 21st century knowledge society. NCFSE is one of the key components of national education policy. अभी क्या क्या framework curriculum बना रहे हैं, the everything is depend on this national education policy 2020. स्कूल एजुकेशन में नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी का क्या क्या इंपॉर्टेंस है, जस्ट आई विल हाईलाइट. So these are the things. Even they are also incorporated this Swayam, teacher eligibility test, teacher learning material development. So like this type of things, they are added in this framework, in school education framework. So you may go through detail if you want. Just this is, I am giving idea what how the frameworks are there, what are the contents of these frameworks. So this is the detail about school education curriculum framework, vision of the national, why they are framing, why they are incorporating this curriculum. They everything they will in detail they will explain. So why we are this type of curriculum we are importing to this particular year. So everything will be contain this curriculum. So coming to the UGC, higher level education or UGC national level framework. So curriculum and credit framework for the undergraduate programs. So curriculum for UGC undergraduate level का curriculum framework UGC देता है हमको UGC. So यूनिवर्सिटी ग्रांट कमीशन, इसमें भी सारे चीजें नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी. यू हैव टू रिमेंबर एवरीथिंग नाउ इज बेस्ड ऑन नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी. NEP, National Education Policy. Then curriculum framework. The UGC is given curriculum framework for these undergraduate courses, different undergraduate courses. So what are the outcome based approach for higher education? Even this sentence you will see in the our BMS curriculum also. I will show the outcome based approach to the higher education. Then what is the structure of the undergraduate programs, pedagogical approaches. So whatever you are learning, you may now able to understand what are these things. Now you are in the state of what are these pedagogical approaches. You will understand if you read these things. So curriculum framework for undergraduate programs will be given by the UGC. That is the that thing I want to highlight you. Then so introduction curriculum for this, once again the national 2020 national education policy, certain fundamental principles. Some principles we already discussed. So like that they have given NEP highlights certain fundamental principles recognizing, identifying unique capabilities of each students. That is nothing but activity, creativity of the creativity principle what we learn. And flexibility, multidisciplinary, because it is higher education, that's why it also covers the multidisciplinary principle. In school level में multidisciplinary principle apply नहीं होता है. So because it is a UGC framework curriculum, it also have the multidisciplinary principle. So use of extensive technology in teaching and learning. So technology को use करने के लिए recommend करता है. So like that different type of framework. UGC certificate after when you should give the UGC certificate after completing 1 year of the study in the chosen field. डिप्लोमा को कब देना है, बैचलर डिग्री को कब देना है. So program curriculum all things will be explained by the UGC. So why I am showing, so certain points in our NCISM also taken certain points and they made the our curriculum. So main features of new curriculum framework. So इसमें क्या नया है according to national eligibility. So interest discipline में जाने के लिए and flexibility to move one discipline to another discipline के लिए होने जैसे वो framework दे रहे हैं. So 4-year UG degree, 3-year UG degree. Some recently the university also UGC also given that the 4-year UG degree with research. This is the new thing added in the usually 4 years UG degree के बाद they can also go with the research. There is a no need of post graduation according to this new theory. Then interdisciplinary UG programs, multidisciplinary credit hours for different type of courses. So eligibility UG program के लिए eligibility क्या है? So outcome based approaches to the higher education. Just listen, concentrate here. Outcome-based approaches to the higher education. So the National Higher Education Qualification Framework envisages that student must possess the quality and characteristic of graduate of a program of study, including learning outcomes to the disciplinary areas. Disciplinary areas मतलब whether it is medical, either technical field, whatever it disciplinary area का outcome के साथ साथ chosen field of learning and generic learning outcome that are expected to be acquired by a graduate on completion of the program of the study. Some generic learning outcome should be there. So related to discipline or chosen field तो outcome रहता है, लेकिन some general learning outcome should be there. That is the importance of this outcome based approach on the higher education. Then the graduate attributes. Please see this sentence. I will show in our curriculum also. The graduate attributes include capabilities that help to broaden the current knowledge base and skills gain, apply new knowledge skills, undertake future studies independently. So graduate attributes includes learning outcomes that are specific to disciplinaries to uh, generic learning. So just listen these words. Then क्या क्या होना चाहिए? Graduate attributes, these things. Graduate attributes, graduate होने के बाद उनके क्या क्या attributes होना चाहिए after the graduation. So these are the type of learning outcome that are specific to disciplinary, and they are matched with this learning outcome with specific disciplines with learning outcomes with graduation. So they are incorporating. So generic learning outcomes, what are the generic learning outcomes should be there. So same thing we will see in the our curriculum also. Then you will understand what is this thing. So just I am scroll down. Learning assessment. This is the graded system. Graded system क्या है? कोर्स में हमने this computation of average semester grade point and cumulative grade point. एक ग्रेडिंग सिस्टम में कैसे ग्रेड करना है, दे हैव गिवन इन द करिकुलम ओनली. इट इज नॉट इन द सिलेबस, इट इज करिकुलम फ्रेमवर्क. इट इज ए करिकुलम. स्टूडेंट्स को इससे लेना देना नहीं है. दिस इज करिकुलम. सो टीचर कंसर्न है, इंस्टीट्यूशनल कंसर्न होता है करिकुलम में क्या क्या बताया. सो दीज आर द थिंग्स बाय UGC. Curriculum and credit framework for undergraduate programs has been prepared with the help of expert committee. So this is not needed. So this is the idea about UGC's framework for undergraduates. Then so this is for medical National Medical Commission. So guidelines under the Graduate Medical Education Regulation 2023. Graduate Medical Education Regulation 23 ने Gazette India wide notification under the Graduate Medical Education Board, the NMC has created. पहले अलग था, but it has National Medical Commission को form किया है 2nd June 2023 में. So this National Medical Commission has framing the curriculum. This is the CBME. What is CBME? Medical Education Curriculum. This is CB means. So you may see the curriculum for medical course. That is the even CB means I don't also know, but ME indicates the medical education curriculum. But what is CB? We have to search. So like that, The curriculum for medical course is given by the National Medical Commission. So what are the things they have mentioned in this curriculum? The new medical education to stand the contribution and efforts of resource persons. So they have given the introduction objectives of Indian graduate medical training program. So if any person graduate with medical degree, that is MBBS degree, what is the objectives, overall objectives for that MBBS course? That is the curriculum. National goals. At the end of undergraduate program, the Indian medical graduate should be able to recognize the health for all, learn key aspect of national policy. These are related to medicine only, but in the interest of national level, national goals. क्या क्या होना चाहिए? So every student, medical doctor should know about the national policies. Whether you are anatomy, whether you are kriya, don't matter. National policy के बारे में पता होना चाहिए. That is the common. So like that, institutional goal. Institution के लिए क्या क्या goals होना चाहिए? So they have given the guidelines in the curriculum with the goals for the learner. Competency based training program for Indian medical graduates. So this is the abbreviation CBME share. Competency based training program for Indian medical graduate. So these things are must for every undergraduate student. It is not like that only preventive medicine students are known to these things, but these are the things known by all graduates comes from this medical education. So leader, member of the healthcare team system, communicator, patients, so lifelong learner. So these are the things. So see, now started with curriculum. First professional year, anatomy. So this curriculum we called as a subject curriculum. What we discussed in the last, subject oriented curriculum. The curriculum around only subjective, that is subjective curriculum. This curriculum is for whole degree general curriculum, but it is subject oriented curriculum. For example, see anatomy curriculum, first professional year. So इसका क्या है, curriculum पूरा in detail दिया है, क्या क्या skills आना चाहिए. So every physiology में क्या होना चाहिए, उसका knowledge क्या होना चाहिए, skills क्या आना चाहिए. So these are the curriculum for the subject oriented. This is not syllabus, actually curriculum. So all of you understood what is these things, what is practically curriculum, how it is framed. So up to this, all of you understood? Hello? 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 Can anyone reply? आपको useful लग रहा है, नहीं लग रहा है this things? Otherwise, I will take the next concept. So because it has practical application in our curriculum also. Hello? Is my voice is audible or? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. आपको समझ में आ रहा है क्या बताया मैंने अभी तक? Just I am giving idea what is the curriculum, how it works. Because curriculum is different and syllabus is different. That's why to know the, because in national education policy, once again we will come this concept. That's why I am covering all the things in here only. Then only you can understand. Then when we are taking that higher education and national education policy concepts. So there is a link between that concept and this concept. That's why I am taking with these examples. So see, this is user manual for our Ayurveda, user manual for second professional BAMS curriculum. They have mentioned that it is a BAMS curriculum, not syllabus. So NCISM is the authorized one for curriculum development of BAMS program. Applicable from 2021-22 batch से applicable हुआ है. So once again, the National Commission of Indian System of Medicine फॉर्मेशन हुआ है NCISM एक्ट. देन मेडिकल एजुकेशन सिस्टम इम्प्रूव द क्वालिटी. सो एक्ट में क्या क्या बताए वो लोग. देन see the same word here also. Keeping this background, looking at the requirements of 2030, NCSM introduced CBME or OBME, competency based medical education, outcome based medical education. So that's why they frame this curriculum. The curriculum has changed from the 21 batch. Before that, the different curriculum is there. It has the as indicated by the National Education Policy 2020. नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी के ऊपर ही ये सारे करिकुलम चेंज हुआ है, बहुत सारे कोर्सेस का. द मेन थिंग इज नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी. So since 2021-22 admitted batch, NCSM has accepted outcome based curriculum. So what is outcome based you should learn. So OBC भी बोलता है. So general abilities. So UGC में हमने देखा था general abilities. व्हाट आर दी आउटकम बेस्ड में क्या होता है. जनरल एबिलिटीज होना चाहिए, प्रोग्राम लर्न आउटकम्स, देन कोर्स लर्निंग आउटकम्स. सो व्हाट आर दी जनरल एबिलिटीज आर जनरल एट्रीब्यूट्स. So Ayurveda Samhita explained many attributes of Ayurveda physician. After becoming Ayurveda physician, the student or graduate must have these attributes. That is the concept. In UGC also we have seen certain attributes like that in Ayurveda. The graduate attributes. This is the curriculum. What this is for all BMS students, first year, second year, third year, all the things, because it is curriculum. This is same for all first year curriculum, second year and third. These are the things the graduate attributes they are expecting from these graduates. These are the things you may go through. And program learning outcome. At the end of BMS program, the student should be able to, this is the after the completing program, what are the things? These are program based outcomes. How the NMC has given certain outcomes, the student must know. Like that, Ayurveda students should, this program learning outcome should be there. After the end of the BMS course, the student must able to do these things. That is the program based uh, outcomes. So GA1 to GA9 are matched with PO1 to PO9. Means क्या है? These graduate attributes, one is matched with this PO1 to PO9 respectively. So general attributes and this programmed outcomes को match कर सकते हैं हम. That is the concept. GA1 to GA9 are matched with the PO1 to PO9 respectively. Then user manual first was released. First year का हो गया. अभी user manual for second BMS. So here see curriculum. Curriculum is defined as a guideline of the academic content covered by an education system while undergoing a particular course or program. Particular course or program. Curriculum has a wider scope which covers the knowledge, attitude, behavior, manners, performance, skills that are imparted or inculcated in the student. Curriculum talks about knowledge, attitude, behavior, manner, performance, skills that are imported or inculcated in the student. Student को ये सारे चीजें होना चाहिए. That speaks the curriculum. Syllabus will not speaks about these things. The curriculum speaks about these things. Then what are the graduate attributes? Program learning outcomes and the course code. This is not concerned with this curriculum. The course code क्या क्या दिया है वो ये भी curriculum के अंडर आते हैं, लेकिन graduate attributes and program learning attributes and course learning outcome, they have matched in the this particular thing. A3 course outcome. So course learning outcomes क्या है? Course learning outcome is a detailed description of what a student must able to do at the completion of a course. So that is the course learning outcomes. Here देखो B1 program learning outcomes matched with the course learning outcomes of Ayurveda Acharya is a program, and outcomes for these are explained in the earlier section. This column explains the A1 matched with the appropriate written in the row in front of COs. That means I will show. There is a one table. This is table. They have matched the program outcomes with course outcome. Next I will show. Table 5, table 6. So this is the first year user manual. So once again the same graduate attributes, then this program learning outcomes, and they have given course outcomes with matched with this program outcomes in the one table, particular table, but I am not finding it now. If you see that table, you will understand. So it may be in the subject curriculum. I will show. Anyway, they are matched with that program outcomes with course outcomes. I have seen, but now I am not able to find it. So one table is there. So if possible, I will share in the group. So this is the curriculum and syllabus. Any doubt here? When I will show. आपको करिकुलम और सिलेबस के बारे में क्लियर आइडिया है? व्हाट इज द करिकुलम, व्हाट इज अवर करिकुलम, आयुर्वेदा करिकुलम क्या है, आपको समझ में आ गए ऑल ऑफ यू? हेलो, आइडिया आ गया आपको क्या है? अब अगर हमको क्या दे रहे हैं अभी एनसीएसएम में करिकुलम दे रहे हैं, सो एक्चुअली इट इज यूज्ड बाय स्टूडेंट्स आल्सो. एक्चुअली करिकुलम का कॉन्सेप्ट क्या है? इट इज यूज्ड बाय टीचर्स एंड इंस्टीट्यूशन, बट द करिकुलम हैज चेंज. दैट्स व्हाई दे आर डायरेक्टली giving curriculum to both teaching faculty and the students. Students also have this curriculum. They don't have separately different subject syllabus. The curriculum itself contains the syllabus. So this thing I want to show. The course content, the course learning outcomes matched with program outcomes. See, this is what I am searching. So the course learning outcomes and matched program outcomes. So course learning means particular course. For example, here the end of the course Ayurveda UG Swastarutta, the student should able to do. So these are the serial number one में course outcome 1, 2. So these things they have mentioned, they have matched the program course learning outcomes matched with the program learning outcomes. So in our syllabus, they are not mentioning the PO1 behind the particular subject. They mention the CO1, for example. So if CO1 is there, you have to think that the program outcome PO1, P2, P4, P6 should be achieved. If CO2 they written, then you have to understand that the program outcome 3, what are they mentioned in the first page user manual, what are the program outcomes 1, 2, 3, 9 up to 9. So that are the things you should correlate these things with the for particular subject. It is different for different subject. Now see the what is the exactly they have prepared this curriculum. आपको समझ में आ रहा है कुछ तो थोड़ा तो आइडिया आ रहा है ऑल ऑफ यू क्या है एक्चुअली ये करिकुलम हमको दिया हुआ विदाउट नोइंग एनीथिंग दे आर सिंपली यूजिंग इट. हेलो 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 हेलो
हेलो.
हाँ
यस सर.
इसमें लिखा है देखो कोर्स आउटकम CO1 दिनचर्या में कोर्स आउटकम क्या होना चाहिए. सो कोर में क्या है प्रोग्राम आउटकम यू हैव टू सी इन द प्रोग्राम table 1. So that is the concept and nothing that they have mentioned the course outcomes and they are matched with the program outcomes. We should correlate that course outcomes with program outcomes. That is the concept of this curriculum. So CO7, the course outcome CO7 should be there with program outcome क्या match किया है CO7 से. So that is the concept. They are not mentioned directly program outcome in the each topic के पीछे नहीं लिखा है. Here also see this course outcome CO1 CO1. So like that you have to understood this is the course outcome plus what they have mentioned in the table 1. The program outcome should be there. You have to keep in mind that. This thing CO1 correlates with the PO1, PO2, PO4, PO6. So these things. So all of you understood what is this curriculum? This is the subject oriented curriculum. See, this is course curriculum for second professional prescribed by the subject oriented curriculum. What we learn that is subject oriented. This curriculum revolves around the Swastarutta subject only. This is the curriculum for Swastarutta subject. So that's why it is called as subject oriented curriculum. You can also call it as a subject oriented curriculum. It is the example for subject oriented curriculum. समझ में आ गया आपको सब्जेक्ट ओरिएंटेड करिकुलम क्या है. So overall curriculum for BAMS course subject oriented means for that particular subject के लिए क्या curriculum दिया, that is the subject oriented. This is the concept of curriculum and syllabus. You have to know the difference between curriculum and syllabus. When you go through this user manual, so you will know one by one what is the rationale behind these things they have prescribed, what is the course base, program base. It is very difficult is there by self understanding. So based on whatever concept we learn today, if you apply these things in this our curriculum, you can easily understand what they have mentioned, what is the importance, that things. समझ में आ गए why I have explained in detail about this curriculum. करिकुलम बनाने के लिए लॉट ऑफ एक्सपर्ट्स रहता है, सो उनका ओपिनियन से करिकुलम बना है विथ कीपिंग द थिंग्स इन द नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी एंड अदर थिंग्स रिकमेंडेड बाय दिस यूजीसी का अंडर ग्रेजुएट लेवल का फ्रेमवर्क क्या दिया था, वो सारे थिंग्स एंड दिस हमारा एनईपी का दोनों थिंग रख के ही ये करिकुलम बना है. दिस पीपल आर नॉट चेंज्ड करिकुलम suddenly. Based on these things only they have changed the curriculum, because throughout all the nation the national education policy should be adopted by each and every university. That's why they have adopted these things in the our BMS curriculum. समझ में आ गया what is the important practical application of this understanding curriculum syllabus? All of you? Hello? आपका सब्जेक्ट में आप देख सकते हैं आपका यूजर मैनुअल एंड सब्जेक्ट करिकुलम, देन यू विल अंडरस्टैंड मोर. हेलो?
यस सर.
क्वेश्चंस कैसे आते हैं उतना क्वेश्चंस के लिए उतना इम्पोर्टेंट है कि ऐसे मल्टीपल चॉइस क्वेश्चन है, वेरी लिटल नंबर ऑफ मल्टीपल चॉइस क्वेश्चंस आर देयर. मोस्टली व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस, लाइक क्वेश्चंस सिलेबस क्या है, करिकुलम क्या है, ऐसे डिफरेंस जैसे क्वेश्चन पूछ सकते हैं. लेकिन दिस करिकुलम एंड दिस थिंग्स आर इंटरलिंक्ड विथ हायर एजुकेशन एंड नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी. अगर ये आपको थोड़ा आइडिया आ गया तो नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी एंड हायर एजुकेशन हमने स्टडी करने का टाइम आपको जल्दी समझ में आ जाएगा. दैट इज द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ टेकिंग दिस मच टाइम टू दिस करिकुलम एंड सिलेबस. ऑल ऑफ यू अंडरस्टूड? सो सबको पता होगा तो मैं I will end the session, or I will, if you permit, I will take the another concept. Still half an hour is there. I will take the another concept. So समझ में आ गए? So can I close this curriculum का concept? Hello? Hello?
Okay sir.
Okay. Please reply anyone whether I am audible or whether you are understood or not. So that's why I am conferring बार बार इसलिए पूछते मैं अब सुन रहे हैं या नहीं सुन रहे. So next I will. So this is the another small topic. So lesson planning. So what is the lesson planning? One of the most important elements in the good teaching. Effective teaching में हमने पढ़ाई किया था ना. So that's why if before going to the teaching or taking the any lesson, there should be a lesson planning. It is a teacher's experience in advance, mental and emotional. It helps in facing questions that will arise, the difficulties the pupils will encounter, the way of these difficulties are to be met. All these teacher will experience in imagination and thereafter plan. Nothing but planning the class जाने से पहले हम क्या प्लान करते हैं, क्या प्रिपेयर होता है, that is the lesson planning, the same concept. So lesson planning always So lesson planning, always plan out lessons before handout. Do not to be a slave to it. A lesser plan is based on lesson plan. कौन सा इसके ऊपर डिपेंड है. that are the things. The operational philosophy of the teacher. टीचर का फिलॉसफी क्या है, whether he is really genuinely want to teach students or simply he is coming for the job purpose, or whatever student may understand or not understand, it is not my concern. So which type of philosophy the teacher have? The operational philosophy of teacher, that is the lesson plans depends or based on this. So the individual thinking philosophy about the teaching, that depends depend on this, the lesson plan will, the teacher will make the about operational philosophy of the teacher. अगर मुझे बच्चों को समझना चाहिए, बच्चों को हर एक बच्चों को आना चाहिए, so then if this type of philosophical teacher is there, then he will make the lesson plan better. So like that, teacher understanding of his peoples, ये teacher उनका स्टूडेंट्स को कितना समझ गए, so based on that also lesson planning will happen. Then teacher knowledge of the material to be taught, क्या क्या मटेरियल क्या क्या सिखाना है बच्चों को, सो मटेरियल का बारे में भी टीचर का नॉलेज कितना है, बेस्ड ऑन दैट आल्सो लेसन प्लान विल बी डन. द टीचर नॉलेज ऑफ द मेथड्स ऑफ टीचिंग, तो नॉलेज अबाउट टीचिंग मेथड्स, डिफरेंट टीचिंग मेथड्स का नॉलेज के हिसाब से भी लेसन प्लानिंग को बना सकते हैं. लेसन प्लान इज बेस्ड ऑन the philosophy of the teacher, understanding of his pupils, teacher material, knowledge of the material, knowledge of the methods of teaching. Then lesson plan को हमने a blueprint और guide map for the action बोल के ले सकते हैं. It is a comprehensive chart for classroom teaching. क्लास में जाके हम क्या क्या करने वाले एक blueprint के जैसे काम करता है, that is the lesson plan. Then in previous class we studied that मैक्सिम्स इफेक्टिव टीचिंग में एक पॉइंट आया था, मैक्सिमम इफेक्टिव टीचिंग में क्या करना है, यूसेज मैक्सिम्स ऑफ टीचिंग जो यूज करना है. आई ऑलरेडी शेयर्ड वन फोटो ऑफ दिस मैक्सिम्स ऑफ टीचिंग, बट that time we are not discussed this maxims of teaching. So what are the maxims of teaching? So अगर teaching में every teacher wants to make maxims involvement and participation of the learners, लर्नर का इन्वॉल्वमेंट होना है, मैक्सिमम लर्नर्स को बेनिफिट होना चाहिए, एवरी टीचर को एक विश रहता है, एवरी टीचर वांट्स दिस थिंग. देन ही सेट्स क्लासरूम इन सच ए वे सो दैट इट बिकम अट्रैक्टिव फॉर देम, and use different methods, rules, principle, etc. in order to make his classroom effective and purposeful. So the general rules and formulas applies for them for particular example to make the teaching learning process easy, understandable, and at the level of students. There's that principles, certain rules are there, that things we call as a maxims of teaching. हर एक टीचर को उनका क्लास अट्रैक्टिव होना चाहिए, बच्चों को समझना चाहिए, ऐसे हर एक को एक विश रहता है. सो ये होने के लिए सर्टन रूल्स, सर्टन थिंग्स, सर्टन प्रिंसिपल्स आर देयर, सो दैट थिंग्स वी आर कॉल्ड एज ए मैक्सिम्स ऑफ द टीचिंग. सो क्या क्या है मैक्सिम्स ऑफ द टीचिंग? Universal significance है, every person who is expected to enter into the teaching profession has to familiarize himself with the maxims of teaching. Their knowledge helps him to proceed systematically. Anyone is entering the teaching profession, he should know about the maxims. What are the maxims of teaching? Maxims मतलब methods or rules regarding the teaching. That is the things. Then first क्या है, from known to unknown. Already I have briefly discussed in the previous one class, effective teaching में from known to unknown. क्या करना है, कभी भी क्लास में हमने टीच कैसे करना है, बेस्ड ऑन नोन टू अननोन को जाना है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल क्या है, डाइजेशन का खाना खाने के बारे में बच्चों को पता है, ईटिंग का बारे में पता है, दैट इज नोन टू चिल्ड्रन. सो ईटिंग का बारे में पता है, then we go for the digestion. Known to unknown, that how the food will digest, what are the further things are there, that is unknown to children, but they are known to eating. उनको खाना खाना पता है. So from known to unknown चीज को हमने सिखाना है, that is the concept. Known to unknown जाना है. You can take any example based on your experience. So concept behind is always go from known to unknown. For example, breathing हमने ब्रीथिंग करते हैं, हर एक को नोन है, हमने अभी श्वास ले रहे, श्वास छोड़ रहे. सो ब्रीथिंग पैटर्न सबको पता है. सो हाउ एग्जैक्टली रेस्पिरेटरी मैकेनिज्म हैपेंस, दैट इज अननोन. फ्रॉम नोन टू अननोन, ब्रीथिंग से हम रेस्पिरेटरी सिस्टम सिखा रहे, देन इट इज नोन टू अननोन प्रोसेस. दैट इज द ऑलवेज गो विथ नोन एंड नोन टू अननोन हमको सिखाना है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल हमारा सब्जेक्ट में भी हम कर सकते, क्या पता है उनको, अगर पंचमहाभूत दोषा हम सिखाने से पहले उनको पूछते क्या पता है, पृथ्वी का मतलब पता है, जल का मतलब पता है, वायु, दैट आर नोन थिंग्स. फ्रॉम दैट नोन थिंग्स वी आर टीचिंग देम दोषा, धातु, दैट थिंग्स. अगर पंचमहाभूत बेसिक नोन से हम अननोन सिखा रहे हैं, अगर डायरेक्टली हम दोष बोल के बता रहे तो द स्टूडेंट्स विल नॉट एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड. दैट्स व्हाई इट इज ऑलवेज स्टार्ट फ्रॉम नोन टू अननोन. सब लोगों को पृथ्वी क्या है, जल क्या है, वायु क्या है, आकाश क्या है, ये तो पता रहता है. फ्रॉम नोन थिंग्स टू दोष, धातु एंड आयुर्वेदा कॉन्सेप्ट, अननोन थिंग्स को हम टीच करते हैं ना, दैट इज द नोन टू अननोन मैक्सिमम, वन ऑफ द मेथड इन द टीचिंग. फ्रॉम सिंपल टू कॉम्प्लेक्स. सिंपल टू कॉम्प्लेक्स मतलब उनको सिंपल चीजें पहले सिखाना है, नेक्स्ट उसके बाद ही हमको कॉम्प्लेक्स चीजों को सिखाना है. फॉर एग्जांपल इधर दिया है, अगर मैथमेटिक्स में पहले प्लस एंड माइनस का बारे में सिखाना है, आफ्टर दैट ओनली वी विल गो फॉर हायर कैलकुलेशन. अगर इनिशियल में हमने हायर कैलकुलेशन के लिए गए, स्क्वायर रूट, स्क्वायर लाइक दैट थिंग्स, सो इट विल बी डिफिकल्ट. सो सिंपल, प्लस करना है, माइनस करना है, डिवाइड करना है, मल्टीप्लिकेशन करना है, फ्रॉम सिंपल टू कॉम्प्लेक्स कॉन्सेप्ट को हमने सिखाना है. दैट इज द मैक्सिमम ऑफ द teaching, from simple to complex. Based on your knowledge you can give a number of examples. This is the one of the example, simple to complex things को सिखाना है. एवरी कोर्स, एवरी सब्जेक्ट के लिए अप्लाई होता है सिंपल टू कॉम्प्लेक्स, नॉट फॉर एनी पर्टिकुलर सब्जेक्ट और स्पेशलिटी. सिंपल टू कॉम्प्लेक्स. इन कॉन्क्रीट टू अब्स्ट्रैक्ट. सो व्हाट इज मीन हियर? अब्स्ट्रैक्ट मीन्स कॉन्क्रीट मतलब क्या हमको दिखता है उससे, दैट इज ऑब्जर्वेबल थिंग्स. फ्रॉम फिजिकल थिंग्स टू नॉन फिजिकल थिंग्स. फॉर एग्जांपल here one example they have given. Students, we should take first the help of concrete objects like beads, stones, and then proceed to digits and numbers. अगर हमने पहले नंबर को गिनना सीख रहे हैं, so you will use the some objects or fingers 1 2 3 4 like that. After some times it will goes like 100, 1000, 1 lakh, infinity, up to infinity. From concrete to abstract. Abstract मतलब imaginary. Practically we will not calculate infinity, but the concept will understand by the concrete knowledge, because initially they have counted 1 2 3 like that by using some objects. Then it goes to the abstractive knowledge. So like that, known to unknown. So even Ayurveda also, if you directly go through the Atma concept in Sharira subject, first from Sharira, what is physical body में क्या रहते हैं, like that. If you go to the concrete मतलब शरीर हमको दिखाने के लिए मिलता है. So concrete to abstract, आत्मा तक आप गए तो उसको समझ में आता है. So because आत्मा is not visible, so based on this concrete knowledge we can go to the abstract one. So that is the concept. समझ में आ गया आपको? concrete to abstract. आत्मा का बारे में हम बोलते हैं. सो आत्मा कोई देख नहीं सकते, लेकिन उसका आइडिया आते. सो वो आइडिया आने के लिए हमको शरीर से विच थिंग इज विजिबल फर्स्ट उसका बारे में बताना है, बाद में हमको अनविजिबल थिंग का बारे में बताना है. देन इट इज इजी फॉर अंडरस्टैंडिंग. अगर हम डायरेक्टली आत्मा के बाद फिजिकल शरीर का बारे में बात करें तो दैट इज नॉट, because that's why the concept or knowledge always teaching should go from concrete to abstract. समझ में आ गया आपको क्या है concrete to abstract? So here also one example there. For example, when we teach about solar system, we first visualize the sun through our senses. अगर सोलर सिस्टम का बारे में सिखाना है, फर्स्ट सन को हम दिखाते हैं, क्योंकि सन दिखते हैं हमको. Later on we will talk about other things, galaxies, other stars, which are not visible actually, but we will able to understand based on these things, because sun is visible. From concrete to abstract knowledge में हमको जाना है. That is the concept. Then from analyze to synthesis. So when we divide the things, easy parts are separate elements in order to understand, it is called analysis. अगर कोई चीज को हमने डिवाइड करके स्टडी कर रहे हैं, देन इट इज पार्ट बाय पार्ट हम स्टडी कर रहे हैं, देन इट इज एनालिसिस. बट वही काम को हमने रिवर्स कर दिया. सिंथेसाइज इज द जस्ट ऑपोजिट ऑफ एनालिसिस. दैट इज कॉल्ड सिंथेसिस. पार्ट बाय पार्ट से शुरू करना है, देन वी विल सिंथेसिस द कॉन्सेप्ट, देन ओनली the process of analysis is easier than the synthesis for the understanding the things. Analysis से हमको synthesis जाना है. पहले इंडिविजुअल स्टडी करके हमने बाद में उसको सिंथेसिस करना है. एग्जांपल इधर क्या दे, टीचिंग ऑफ द डाइजेस्टिव सिस्टम. First, analyze the different parts of digestive system one by one, and synthesize the whole about GI, gastrointestinal function और digestive function का बारे में हमने synthetic view कर सकते हैं. पहले जठर क्या है, लिवर क्या है, इसका बारे में करके whole digestive system को हम synthesize करना है. That is the analysis to synthesize. This is the one of the maxims. So कोई कभी कभी ओवरलैप लगता है, सेम लगता है एक मैक्सिम से अनदर मैक्सिम्स. Don't worry, but some small changes are there. That's why we are learn all the maxims. These are important while practicing teaching. Also in exam purpose also these are important. From particular to general, पर्टिकुलर थिंग से स्टार्ट करके वो थिंग को जनरलाइज करने के लिए बोलना है. फॉर एग्जांपल इधर क्या एग्जांपल दिया है, टीचर शुड ऑलवेज फर्स्ट प्रेजेंट पर्टिकुलर थिंग्स then lead to general things. Suppose teacher is teaching continuous tense while teaching English, he should first of all give few examples, then on the basis of those make them generalize that his tense is used to denote an action that is going on at time of speaking. Hence teacher should proceed from particular to जनरल. पर्टिकुलर थिंग्स बोलना है, बाद में जनरल थिंग्स बोलना है, और पर्टिकुलर कॉन्सेप्ट के ऊपर हम जनरलाइजेशन कर सकते हैं. वैसे भी इसका मीनिंग ले सकते हैं, पर्टिकुलर टू जनरल. तो एवरी पर्टिकुलर पर्सन हैज हिज इंडिविजुअल आत्मा और एंटिटी ऐसा बोल सकते हैं. बाद में जनरलाइज कर सकते हैं, एवरी पर्सन हैज द आत्मा. सो एवरी ह्यूमन बीइंग और एनी लाइफ, एवरी लाइफ हैज आत्मा, ऐसा भी हम बोल सकते हैं. सो पर्टिकुलर टू जनरल बताना है. So based on your experience, that things you will understand practically. अभी आपको इतना समझना है what are the concepts are there teaching को easy effective बनाने के लिए. अभी ये these are things I can't explain from my side. मैं ये बता सकते, लेकिन आपको रियली एक्सपीरियंस करने तक इसका रियल मीनिंग आपको समझ में नहीं आते. जस्ट यू हैव टू कीप दिस माइंड्स while you are teaching. Particular to general, these are things familiar. When only you practice teaching, then that time you will understand what are these things really. That is the concept. So empirical to rational आना चाहिए. So what is empirical and rational? Empirical का मतलब होता है based on observance or experience, the things will be there. No reasoning is needed at all. फॉर एग्जाम्पल मैंने कोई ओपीडी में गया, कि फिजिशियन का ओपीडी में सीखने के लिए गया, आई विल ऑब्जर्व हिम. व्हेन देयर इज ए पेन और पेन बोल के पेशेंट आता है, ही विल गिव द पेन किलर फॉर एनी पैरासिटामोल, डाइक्लोफेनेक, एनीथिंग. सो दैट इज एम्पिरिकल नॉलेज. बाद में क्या होता है, मुझे मैं इंडिविजुअल क्लिनिक ओपन करने के बाद अगर एनी पेशेंट कम विद दैट पेन, आई विल गिव द पैरासिटामोल और डाइक्लोफेनेक बेस्ड ऑन दैट एम्पिरिकल नॉलेज. बट अब क्यों पैरासिटामोल देना है, क्यों डाइक्लोफेनेक देना है, वो टाइम पे वो पता नहीं है मुझे. अगर मस्कुलोस्केलेटल पेन आ रहे, देन दे यूज दैट पर्टिकुलर पेन किलर. वो सर ने यूज किया था इसलिए मैं यूज कर रहा हूँ. व्हाई दैट पेन किलर शुड बी चॉइस, व्हाई पैरासिटामोल इज चॉइस फॉर दिस कंडीशन. सो लाइक दैट नॉलेज को रैशनली पता नहीं रहते हमको. सो दैट्स व्हाई एम्पिरिकल टू रैशनली. इवन प्रैक्टिस स्टार्ट करने के टाइम पे हम वही बताते. हम इंटर्नशिप पे हमारा टीचर्स क्या यूज करते हैं, कैसे आयुर्वेदिक मेडिसिन यूज करते हैं, वही सेम कॉपी हम प्रैक्टिस में इनिशियल डेज में थोड़ा करते हैं. बिकॉज वी इवन दो वी डोंट नो द रैशनली बिहाइंड यूजिंग दैट मेडिसिन, हमारा सर यूज करता था, ये कंडीशन में रिजल्ट आता था, इसलिए मैं भी यूज करता हूँ इसको. एनी डिसीज और एनी मेडिसिन यू कैन टेक. अलग अलग टीचर्स अलग अलग मेडिसिन यूज करते रहते हैं. हर एक कॉलेज में एक ट्रेंड रहता है, उनको देख के आपका प्रैक्टिस में भी ये मेडिसिन देते हैं. सो दैट इज एम्पिरिकल ट्रीटमेंट भी बोलते हैं हम, एम्पिरिकल अप्रोच, एम्पिरिकल ट्रीटमेंट. सो सब्जेक्ट को भी हमने एम्पिरिकल से रैशनली बताना है. सो वंस इफ यू नो द एम्पिरिकल, बाद में उसका रैशनली ढूंढना है. सर इसलिए ये मेडिसिन सबको देता था, क्यों देता था. सो एक रैशनली पता होना चाहिए. सो टीचिंग में भी एम्पिरिकल टू रैशनली. इनिशियली ओनली रैशनली बोलने से पहले जनरल, वाटर विल बॉइल when it is heating. So that is the empirical. The student will see the water will boil when it is heating. Then the rationale should be there. Why the water will boil? The molecules get energy and the water will boil. That rationale should be explained later on. That is the empirical to rationale. The example is also given here, so you can read and you can easily understood. From induction to deduction. So induction, deduction in research also we learn about inductive method of research and deductive method of research. What is inductive and deduction? The process of deriving general laws, rules or formulae from the particular example is called induction. Specific to general जाते ना, that is induction. General to specific आते ना, that is deduction. So these principle even we will use in the research methods also. Inductive method है या deductive method है. So for example, अदर एग्जांपल देना है तो आपको ऑल स्वान्स आर वाइट. सो पर्टिकुलर एक स्वान को हमने देख देख के कंक्लूजन में आता है. सो ऑल स्वान्स आर वाइट. वही डिडक्टिव में क्या होता है, इफ डिडक्टिव में क्या कर सकते हैं हम, जनरल को स्पेसिफिक कर सकते हैं. सो अगर एवरी स्वान्स आर वाइट देन each and every swans must be white. So like that a concept is there, inductive and deductive. If you go through the any textbook inductive method and deductive method, you will know. But here teaching also you should adopt this inductive and deductive method. Example इधर दिया है, language teaching. Before giving the definition of noun, the students are acquainted with the example of noun like man, chair, Delhi, etc. So if this examples देना है, then only we will go for the noun. These are called as a noun. That is the concept. Induction to deduction तक जाना है. So general definition of noun. After that only they are led to general definition of noun. So good teacher always proceeds from induction to induction and finishes at the deduction. So ये practice करते करते when you are come in teaching, then आपको ये रियली आपको समझ में आते हैं. जस्ट यू हैव टू रिमेम्बर इंडक्शन टू डिडक्शन मेथड में जाना है. अगर क्वेश्चन पूछा गया तो यू हैव टू रिमेम्बर फ्रॉम इंडक्शन टू डिडक्शन जाना है. देन फ्रॉम साइकोलॉजिकल टू लॉजिक. द मॉडर्न एजुकेशन गिव्स मोर एम्फोसिस ऑन द साइकोलॉजी ऑफ द चाइल्ड. साइकोलॉजिक डेवलपमेंट को देख के हमने टीचिंग करना है, देन उसका लॉजिक हमको बताना है. सो साइकोलॉजिकल टू लॉजिक. डायरेक्ट हमने एकदम लॉजिक नहीं बताना है. अगर कोई साइकोलॉजिकल इमोशन है बच्चे को, सो फर्स्ट वी हैव टू कीप द माइंड इन द साइकोलॉजिकल सिलेक्शन ऑफ द सब्जेक्ट मैटर, देन द लॉजिकल अप्रोच शुड बी देयर. द चाइल्ड सेंटर्ड मैक्सिम, इट इज ए चाइल्ड सेंटर मैक्सिम. एग्जांपल इधर क्या दिया है, टीचर्स टेल्स ए स्टोरी ऑफ पोएम टू स्टूडेंट्स व्हेन दे आर नॉट इंटरेस्टेड इन रीडिंग. अगर बच्चे स्टडी में इंटरेस्ट नहीं है, देन एक पोएम बताते टीचर, देन इट इज रिलेटेड विद साइकोलॉजिकल इफेक्ट. अगर बच्चों को बोर हो रहे हैं पढ़ाई में, देन बेस्ड ऑन देयर साइकोलॉजिकल कंडीशन द टीचर हैज टेल्स ए स्टोरी ऑफ पोएम, देन द टीचर प्रोसीड्स फ्रॉम साइकोलॉजिकल टू लॉजिकल. देन द स्टूडेंट्स का बोर क्या है, वो थोड़ा बोरिंगनेस कम होता है, देन ही विल एक्सप्लेन द नेक्स्ट थिंग्स. दैट इज द साइकोलॉजिकल टू लॉजिकल सीक्वेंस को जाना है. सो दैट इज द कॉन्सेप्ट. Then actual to representative. So it is very difficult to explain what these things are exactly, because these are experience based. So from when you really go into this field, then only you can experience these things. The first hand experience make learning more vivid and efficient than giving them a representative ones. Matlab whatever teaching we will give the first hand means the teacher while selecting content present should make all effort to present possible through actual, natural and real objectives. अगर पहली बार आप रियल एप्पल देख के आपको सिखा रहे दिस इज एप्पल, देन इट इज मोर इफेक्टिव फर्स्ट हैंड एक्सपीरियंस. बाद में आपने डमी एक एप्पल दिया तो चलता है, लेकिन आप पहले ही डमी एप्पल देके बाद में एक्चुअल एप्पल दिया तो दैट इज नॉट teaching good method. So always in a first hand experience should be real things. That is the concept of actual to representative. You can go through this text and example, or you can search in the internet also. Lot of with examples they will give the different explanation. So concept you should know, actual to representative. Then definite to indefinite. Teacher should always start from definite because definite has limited boundaries. Then the indefinite things should be teach. So what are the definite things and indefinite things? We will know only by practice only. So definite things, definite rules of grammar help the learner to have good knowledge. Gradually he can talk about the indefinite things. So like that डेफिनेट थिंग्स को हमने पहले बताना है. सो अलग अलग सब्जेक्ट अलग अलग कोर्स के हिसाब से व्हाट आर द थिंग्स आर वी कॉल डेफिनेट एंड इनडेफिनेट. सो वी विल नो ओनली बाय एक्सपीरियंस. बट आपको एग्जाम में डेफिनेट से इनडेफिनेट टीचिंग करना है और प्रैक्टिस में भी डेफिनेट से indefinite तक जाना है, not in the reverse order. So these are the maxims of the teaching. All of you understood? मैग्जिम्स को आपको समझने के लिए आप भी खुद एक बार पढ़ाई करना है. सो यू विल रियली अंडरस्टैंड व्हेन यू गेट द एक्सपीरियंस ऑफ टीचिंग. सिंपली आपको ये इसका मतलब ये है, ऐसे समझ सकते हैं दिस स्टेज में, बट एक्चुअली व्हाट इज दैट यू विल दैट इज ओनली यू विल अंडरस्टूड बाय द एक्सपीरियंस. When I am not able to explain that things because that should be experience. I am not able to share that experience with you because the thing should be experienced by yourself. Then only you will understand. That is the concept. But you have to know these are the maxims of the teaching. समझ में आ गया what are the maxims? This is the important concept in maxims of teaching. All of you? Hello?
Yes, sir.
So I will share the this presentation, today's presentation. Today's class moreoverly focus on practical aspects and these are the basic for next syllabus points like higher education and national education policy. Because these concepts are not that much interesting, still I have managed somewhat to convey the what are the things are there. So if you have any doubt, but it is not that much exam oriented point of view, it is not must needed. Even the syllabus में आपको note भी नहीं किया है, लेकिन these are the things you should know when you enter in the teaching field. Because आगे बोल नहीं सकते, कोई भी आप में कोई भी करिकुलम कमेटी में जा सकते हैं एज ए एक्सपर्ट. सो तब आपको ये सारी चीजें पता होना चाहिए. व्हाट इज द करिकुलम फ्रेमवर्क, व्हाट इज द सिलेबस. इसका आइडिया हुआ तो आपको वो टाइम पे आपको यूजफुल हो जाएगा. और whether you are reading your subject curriculum, so you can easily understand what is the curriculum, these things. So curriculum में क्या लिखा है वही हमको पता नहीं है, उसका मीनिंग ही हमको पता नहीं चल रहा है. So what should we teach the students? So that is the major problem. So बहुत सारे टीचर्स को करिकुलम में क्या लिखा है वही पता नहीं, इवन इंक्लूडिंग मी आल्सो. मुझे भी पता नहीं था. नाउ आई एम अंडरस्टैंडिंग what are the actual these things they have mentioned in the our curriculum. This will happen by practice. If आपको हमको कॉन्सेप्ट पता नहीं है तो समझने के लिए बहुत मुश्किल है करिकुलम को. करिकुलम क्या है वही पता नहीं है तो सो हमारा आयुर्वेदिक करिकुलम को हमको समझने में बहुत प्रॉब्लम है. सो दैट्स व्हाई आई हैव taken curriculum and syllabus today. So next session we will go to the another syllabus point, important points. So that's all today's session. So you may leave session. So any doubt or any clarification is there, you can ask me. Today I will ending this session. Hello? Any doubt or any suggestion? Hello? Hello? Hello?
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
Actually, today's topic is not that much exam oriented and interesting, but it is really practical. आपको पता होना चाहिए ये UGC क्या है, नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी क्या है. When you enter the education field, certain things को आपको directly पता नहीं है तो भी ये सारी चीजें आपको पता होना चाहिए, क्योंकि you are in the professional levels. ये मुझे पता नहीं है वैसा नहीं बोल सकते आप. So that is the concept why I have taken this. Actually, this is not exam oriented. Most important is not there. So today's class for practical and your understanding purpose. That's all. So now I will stop the recording. So you may leave the session.
Thank you, sir.